Behind these eyes are years of abuse, neglect, hate, taunting, and self-pity. Behind my eyes are years of tears and pain that never ends. I kept it all in for 7 years and pushed through every day. But in reality, it only just started 4 years ago. Each day got harder to live. I hated myself more than anything. I dreaded living. I hated breathing. Everything that had to do with life was just pure misery. School was a disaster. I got pulled out of one school and pushed into the next. Finally, I made it to my last elementary school and got there at about October, so middle of the year. I'm this weird misfit who doesn't look like the rest. I'm not beautiful, I'm not pretty, I'm probably a little more overweight than the rest of them, and for that I was pushed away. I was hated upon and called all sorts of mean things. I managed to make it through that grade. I finally hit 6th grade. In 6th grade, I was bullied 10 times more than I ever was in elementary school. The bullying went on through 7th grade, and I had all sorts of mean things that came across me every day, from whore and slut to ape and monkey. I'm not quite sure why I had those names, but yeah, they hurt. At 8th grade, it finally all hit me. I knew something was wrong. I really hated waking up every morning, and all I wanted to do was sleep. I'd cry constantly, and I'd pretty much just stay a disaster all day. I'd have random hissy fits, and I'd be happy one moment and mad the next moment. I didn't understand myself anymore. I was becoming someone I never knew. I didn't know who I was. I lasted through that year by the skin on my teeth. I was very suicidal and very depressed. Finally, I ended up getting some help towards the beginning of this year in 9th grade, and I've been in and out of help, but it got me behind in school, and now I have to redo 9th grade and start high school all over again. I'm not really mad about that because I know that my mental health was way more important, and to know that I needed medicine and other things like counseling to make sure that I could stay stable every single day. I mean, what else was there to do? I had no more options. It was life or death. It was failing school or me being in hell or heaven. There were no more options. I had none. None at all. I mean, I pushed through every single day this year. I've tried my hardest every day. I finally think I'm stable, and I hope I am, because being depressed and suicidal isn't a joke anymore. I walk around with scars every single day, and I'm just glad I don't cry anymore. I used to walk around with such a long face and hated everything and everybody. Someone would try to be nice to me, smile and say hey, and I'd just be like, hi. Like, what do you want? I don't care about you or anything you have to say to me. I was just pure misery. Somewhere along my journey of all of the depression and everything, I guess I've learned some good things. That no matter what, always stay strong, because suicide is definitely not the answer. Committing suicide will really just put an end to what was going on, and it'll never give your life a chance to get any better. I'm glad I didn't commit suicide. I mean, what would have happened if I did? Think of all the people I would have hurt. everybody would have been heartbroken, I guess. At the moment, when I'm in, like, the depression and all suicidal, I don't think about that, and I can't think clearly, so it doesn't faze me about what other people think and how they'll feel. All I can think about is how much I hate myself and all the self-pity I have, because my past, I don't control it. And I don't see why it still needs to affect me. From this day on, I know I'm gonna be able to move on. I'm gonna be able to live my life guilt and worry-free. I'm not gonna have self-pity for myself. I'm always gonna tell the truth. White lies, none. None of them will happen. There's no reason for any lies, period. I'm no longer going to let things affect me the way I have. In all reality, it just destroys me. Letting people's words hurt me. It's their opinions, it's not the truth. Why do I let it get to me so bad? Why would I sit there and dwell on it for hours? Sometimes I make mistakes and I sit here and beat myself up for it. It's ridiculous. I have a life to live. And a beautiful life to live. So do you. So never forget it. You're all beautiful and talented in your own way. All of you are amazing. You just have to remember it. It's really hard nowadays to get through life. But I promise you this. You can do it. And I know you can. Just keep your head high. Your head held high. Yeah. Keep your head held high. And just never, ever give up. I made it through so many years of torture, you can pretty much call it. And I'm still pushing through. If I did it, I know you can do it. You may have it harder than me, but just know that someone like me will always be there for you. And always help you, even if it's the last thing they do. Just stay strong and dream.